Every day around the world, helicopters are safely moving thousands of workers to and from offshore installations. This happens thanks to our industry's relentless focus on achieving excellence in safety performance. It means not settling for minimum standards and dedicating ourselves to working together in pursuit of continuous improvement.
We absolutely cannot take it for granted that these aircraft are safe enough. We're going to do everything we can to completely eliminate incidents and fatalities in our industry, and we have to do that with a lot of diligence and teamwork, sharing best practices, and focusing on the areas where we see the greatest risk. The business case for safety and actually eliminating incidents and fatalities from our business is because it's the human thing to do. It really, in my view, the business impact comes secondary to the human responsibility that we have to make sure people return home safely every single day.
What's really important to me is the passenger experience. That the passengers that get on board our aircraft every day around the world, around the globe, feel that they are safe and cared for in each and every flight. That they can get on board our aircraft and go to sleep just as they would on any airline flight around the globe.
We want to focus our efforts in those areas that have the most potential to save lives.
Over 90% of accidents and serious incidents in offshore helicopter transport are due to three main causes. And those causes are the reliability of safety critical systems, the avoidance of obstacles, the surface or the water, and flight path management issues. And if we can tackle those three issues, we can make significant enhancements in safety in our industry.
Our industry's response to the goal of safety excellence is based on working together to create solutions in those areas that matter most for safety. As solutions emerge, we want to give as many people as possible in our industry the opportunity to benefit from our shared knowledge. We have two key tools to achieve this. Firstly, collaboration around a common set of safety standards. And secondly, proving the value proposition for these by showing why they matter, that they're worth doing, and then verifying that they are making a difference.
To make real progress on safety, there's some tried and tested methods that we can use. We can learn from what's happened in the commercial fixed-wing industry, where they've used collaboration, data, and a strategic focus on those areas that matter most. And once those areas are identified, which we have done in our industry, we really look at what are those actions that are going to have the greatest effect and allow us to achieve excellence where it counts to saving lives. Together, we can share data, we can collaborate, we can make sure we've got the right investment of resources, people, and expertise to deliver on those actions and to measure that we've got the results that we need in the global front line. We can also then put those things into standards that can be used to ensure that we get consistently good results across the world.
HeliOffshore's members have quickly proven that the journey to excellence is much more productive and cost-effective when we take it together through collaborative work. And it is also a big plus to be able to clearly demonstrate to everyone just what we stand to gain in our organizations and for our industry from the measures we are taking.
Teamwork means everything to us, because we're able to share best practices that way, and we all know that it's a 1 + 1 = 3 game. We've got to get people to open up and share what they've learned in a certain environment with people that haven't learned that yet. That's the way the collaborative approach works, and that's why it's so successful, because we're able to get to what I call the holy grail, the best practice in each particular area.
When you come up with a new idea, it's always a test to ask yourself, well, is this the best idea? And did I think everything through? Well, when you use a collaborative effort to come up with a best practice or a standard, you're far more assured of it. It's still not 100%, but you're far more assured of it, that it has universal acceptance. And to sell that idea inside an organization or across organizations is so much easier. And we find that that's true. I mean, we are part of the HUM's Best Practice Group. We participating in HeliDecks and search and rescue groups. And I think hopefully we give as much as we get, but we certainly get a lot out of it as well.
It makes a big difference to be able to clearly demonstrate to everyone what each of our top priority solutions will deliver. Take helicopter terrain awareness and warning systems, for instance. How can we make the value case for investing in these?
The HTOLS program is really going to benefit saving lives on the front line. And we know this through the research and development we've done and the data that we've got. We know that potentially it could have saved up to 42 lives by giving the pilots advanced notification and advanced warning, and in some cases up to 30 seconds. So we know there's going to be a direct result on the front line with this.
And getting everyone involved in defining the right standards has been proven to create an environment in which safety excellence can thrive.
If you have standards, you're more likely to get it implemented on the front line, both from the oil companies who are supporting the standards by creating standardization and by the helicopter operators. Having standards is one thing, and it would be excellent to have that, but boy, is it really important to have it implemented on the front line, which we know the standards will drive that implementation.
The problem if we don't have consistent standards across our industry is that we will be perpetuating a situation that's been going on for many, many years, where staff are having to deal with differences in aircraft type, aircraft specifications, or deal with differences in operational expectations that have been expressed in the contracts that oil and gas companies have with their suppliers. I think this can sometimes be a safety issue. It's definitely an inefficiency, and it can lead to some confusion, and that confusion can often be a precursor or a contributor to safety incidents, and we've seen examples of that across the years.
Oil companies are promoting the positive change that comes from safety standards. They are leading industry work to develop and implement standards to drive safety performance.
IOGP members doing the work within our work group to define new recommended practices and then use those recommended practices in our contracts will allow helicopter operators and suppliers to be able to provide that consistent service and to eliminate that distraction at the front line.
HeliOffshore member companies are collaborating to develop solutions to help pilots use automation effectively and manage their flight paths. Flight crew operating manuals and approach path management guidelines are great examples of this.
A critical area of development is the development of flight crew operating manuals, or FCOM. This is the vehicle we're going to use so our pilots and our crews understand truly how the manufacturer of the aircraft designed for it to be operated safely, particularly with reference to the automated systems on board. The development of our approach path management guidelines means that we've got collaborative safety information in one place to ensure that our crews can fly safe, consistent approaches under all environmental conditions. We've achieved a lot through collaborative effort in developing areas of these standards, but that'll all go to waste if we don't consistently implement these standards across our industry.
Our experience has proven that excellence can be contagious when we're all pulling together in the same direction.
HeliOffshore is pretty much part of our business, and just like a company has a business plan or an operational plan, so we have a safety plan, and HeliOffshore fits nicely in there because it's unlikely that very smart and eager people at Cougar Helicopters are going to come up with all the solutions. And we need to be part of a community. And in this instance, it's a safety community, a community that will work towards making sure that we have no accidents and no injuries and so on. And I believe that that's where the intelligence is going to come from. We're going to share all the things we learn, the protection measures we use, and that's something that we can gather from other people or actually also put into the pool of knowledge. That helps us being a safer organization.
Our shared mission
is that no lives are lost through offshore helicopter flight.
We achieve this by sharing information
to prevent accidents.
And entering best practice
is used by the global frontline.
Our combined activities
provide cost benefits to members.
Our collective action delivers
breakthroughs in safety performance
so that those working offshore
come home safe to their loved ones.
Without fail every day.